For more videos, please do subscribe to DK Biosolutions. To perform total WBC count practically, we require needle, 90% ethyl alcohol, sterile cotton, WBC pipette, WBC diluting fluid, that is Turk's fluid, Nevar's chamber and cover slip. First of all, we will try to know about WBC pipette. It has 3 marks, one at the middle as 0.5 and other just little before the bulb as 1. The third mark is present beyond the bulb as 11. The bulb contains a white glass bead which acts as a stirrer to mix blood and Turk's fluid. Presence of white bead in the bulb indicates that the pipette is for WBC count. If the bead is red in color, it means the pipette is for RBC count. Now we'll start with collection of blood. For that, sterilize one of your finger with 90% ethyl alcohol or surgical spirit. Prick that finger with sterile needle and produce a blood drop of around 3 to 4 mm in diameter. Now suck the blood up to the 0.5 mark into the WBC pipette. Clean the excess blood with sterile cotton. Immediately dilute the blood with diluting fluid before it gets clotted. Suck the diluting fluid up to 11 mark. WBC diluting fluid, also called Turk's fluid, is used for performing WBC, that is leukocyte count. It contains glycolic acid which lyses the red blood cells and gentian violet which slightly stains the nuclei of the leukocytes. Mix the content by rolling WBC pipette for 3 to 4 minutes. This is a special slide made up of thick glass called Nevar's hemocytometer. It is specially designed for WBC and RBC count. This cover slip is also specially designed for hemocytometer. It is different from our regular cover slips. It is very thick and rectangular shaped cover slip. Place the cover slip over hemocytometer carefully so that it will cover both the erythrocyte counting chambers. Now discard the first 2 drops of diluted blood from the pipette. Run the mixture on the hemocytometer on both the erythrocyte counting chambers under cover slip carefully. Wait for 3 to 4 minutes so that corpuscles will get settled out. Our slide is ready to observe under microscope. Focus one of the two chambers under 4x objective. You will find this kind of ruled areas. The area has 9 large squares, each have 1 square millimeter area. The 4 corner squares are divided into 16 equal size squares and are used for WBC count. The central square is ruled into 25 groups of 16 small squares, and this central segment is used for RBC counting. For counting WBCs, we need to focus counting chambers under 10x objective. After counting first group of 16 squares, we have got 28 WBCs. Similarly, in second group of 16 squares, we got 17 WBCs. Again, in third group of 16 squares, we got 17 WBCs. And once again, in fourth group of 16 squares, we have got 17 WBCs. One can confirm the presence or absence of WBC by focusing it under 40x objective. Hence, we got 79 WBCs from all 4 WBC counting squares. To calculate the total number of WBCs per microliter of sample, we use a general formula which converts the count into the number of cells per microliter. The formula is particles per microliter volume is equal to counted particles divided by counted surface area in square millimeter multiplied by chamber depth in millimeter multiplied by dilution. Now we will apply this formula to our obtained number of WBCs. From 64 squares, we got 79 WBCs. Therefore, N is equal to 79. Area counted is 4 millimeter square because we have counted WBCs from area of 4 large corner squares which have 1 millimeter square area each. Depth is 0.1 millimeter. It is the space between cover slip and erythrocyte counting chambers. Dilution is 20 times because we have diluted our blood 20 times with WBC diluting fluid. After using these values in our previous formula, we got the WBC number for cubic millimeter of whole blood, that is 3950 WBCs per cubic millimeter. After counting WBCs from first erythrocyte counting chamber, we got 79 WBCs for 64 squares and 3950 WBCs per cubic millimeter of whole blood. Similarly, after counting second erythrocyte counting chamber, we got 108 WBCs from 64 squares, and after calculation we got 5400 WBCs per cubic millimeter of whole blood. So if we take average of both the readings, we get 4675 WBCs per cubic millimeter of whole blood.